I'm that same old body with the steez. In a baked outfit, got a shark on the hood of my top and the ape on my tee. Been a minute since I linked with the bro, said link up soon, let's talk over tea. These days it's all about flex and talk, but bro, I'm trying to make this pee. I got a text from the bro in Cali telling me sit tight's gonna make me a beat.
Go on beat, let's go.
There he is, facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
At home, the Rockets don't hold anything back, whether it comes to their clothes or their effort on the floor. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony alongside, I'm Kevin Harlan at the table. And from the sidelines, it's our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. Here we are, 2 games left before the start of the playoffs. Let's take a look at the possible field. You look at the Nets. They would be at the golf course if the playoffs happened today, looking to make a final push.
And seeing where the Nets are, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
And the clock is ticking for them to make that push. It's looking like they'll be fighting for a spot in the play-in.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. The guard pair, Schroeder and Thomas. House is out there with Simmons. And it's Champagnie in at the 3 slot. And for the Rockets, the post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Shepherd out there with Jalen Green. And it's MP in at the small forward. There has been a lot of discussion about the length of the NBA season, GA. Do you think 82 games is the right number?
Well, I do. It's worked well for over 50 years, so why change it? And if we do change it, it affects records and how we compare the game across eras.
Out of bounds, Houston takes possession. Here's Green. Turned in an outstanding game against Chicago. And it's Green with the jam.
And one of Green's best attributes is that he doesn't really see contact. He will either go over it or through it.
Inside, here's House. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Smith with a screen on Thomas. Here's Green. It's sent back down by Simmons. And he gets it back. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. 3-pointer. Rebound by Smith. MP against Schroeder. At the elbow, Smith. And they double up MP. Houston moving it around. Fast to Shepherd. 5 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot. They get it back. Şengün, no good.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
Shots good by Simmons.
At 6'10", Simmons knows he has the height needed to score inside. He just has to finish strong.
Screen by Şengün to the inside. And Şengün throws it down.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Raptors in Toronto. And Alperen Şengün continues to prove himself, RJ, as one of the game's most promising big men.
Oh, a lot of it is because of his passing ability, Kevin. Shades of Nikola Jokic out there. Having a big man who can distribute like Şengün is a real luxury. Right now, they are humming along. 3 of 4 to start this game.
Shepherd, the pass to MP. Banked in off the glass.
Great to see MP look for his shot, especially when he's near the hoop.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Simmons sets a screen for Thomas. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. Hammers the alley-oop through.
So often Simmons is the one making the pass. This time, he's on the finishing end.
Here's MP, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Simmons sets a screen for Thomas. Over MP. Thomas, no good. The Rockets have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. MP finds Green. Shoots the 3. And Simmons with the rebound.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Now here's Schroeder. He's tightly guarded to the wing right side. Champagnie passes to Schroeder. Over Shepherd. And it's Schroeder missing.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Pass to Shepherd. A miss that time would have put him up. The Nets with the lead. Schroeder kicks to Thomas. Here is House. Covered by MP. House, the pass to Schroeder. Here's Champagnie. Schroeder, left side. Thomas. And no good. Excellent defense there from Smith. MP with a screen on Schroeder. Here's Shepherd. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And smart play by Smith. Using that build to get in there and just fight for the rebound and the finish.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They trail by 1. Simmons dishes to Thomas. Going inside. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Now Smith. This game out he had 14. Pass to MP. Back to Smith. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, the hopes of a super team in Brooklyn did not come to fruition at all, Richard. And you saw it firsthand.
Thank you for reminding me of that, Kevin. Yes, I had a front row view to it. And look, from a fan's perspective, it's a tough take. The team brings in some of the biggest stars this league has ever seen. You are thinking championship, and you never got close.
And that one misses.
A darn good free throw shooter. Smith doesn't seem to have a weak spot coming into the league.
Hill, he's checked in for House. And he's good on the second. RJ, the Rockets don't just have young talent. They have elite young talent.
Yeah, you can have all the high draft picks in the world. That doesn't mean you're going to hit on the right guys. But Houston, they certainly have.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. take a chance now to honor the Western Conference Player of the Month, MP.
You know, just looking back at things, I'd be hard-pressed to find a more complete stretch of games by anyone in the league. He was getting it done and stuffing the stat sheet night in and night out on both ends of the floor. Truly a dominant run.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, MP in the last time out against the Bulls delivered a big performance. He scored 25 points, and what a game it was, posting a triple-double. He put on a show. Those were video game numbers he put up in that last game. Boy, it had the league abuzz. We'll see what he's got in store tonight. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Schroeder looking around. Hill, a screen on Green. To the paint. Hill, no good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Here's MP. Count it. MP's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Pass to Thomas. A three. Wow, through the contact in that three. Almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast.
The previous play is under review.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like.
After review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Green kicks to MP. Back to Green. Misses the three. Nets trail by 5. And Thomas has it in the corner. Schroeder outside. Pass to Champagnie. Simmons, a screen on Green. Down low. No good from Simmons.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
MP passes to Şengün. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Following some ups and downs, Richard, the Brooklyn Nets, and you know this, they're back in rebuild mode.
Yes, unfortunately they are, but fans shouldn't let the word rebuild discourage them. The Nets still have a ton of solid pieces, and it's just a question of making smart moves from here on out.
The free throw drops for Şengün.
Looking at the start of Şengün's career, here's a guy who's really stepped up his game, has become a key player for them.
Tari Eason's checked in for Houston. Thompson comes in for Shepherd. Sengun hits them both. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Raptors. Pass to Schroeder. Six on the shot clock. Claxton sets the screen for Schroeder. And no good. The try spell continuing for him.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
MP dishes to Green. MP with a screen on Schroeder. 14 feet away. Shots good by Green. Green's got 7.
I love seeing Green capitalize from that mid-range. These shots help get him into a groove.
Green against Schroeder. Rockets with the rebound. MP outside. And Thompson kicks to MP. Sengun with the screen on Hill. And Sengun gets it to go on the assist by MP.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Rockets making a switch here. Nurkic is checked in. Parks, he's checked in for the Nets.
Substitution on the court.
So it's Brooklyn now. 11-point game. 1:09 left here in the first quarter. Claxton a screen on Green. Here's Parks. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Here's MP. Nurkic kicks to Thompson. Kicks it out to MP. Nurkic setting the pick for MP. Shot clock at 6. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Rockets lead by 11.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Claxton a screen on Thompson. Fast to Parks. Puts up a deep 3. Easton grabs the board. MP against Hill. MP passes to Nurkic. Over Claxton. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Houston Rockets holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Defensively, and glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Rockets here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
MP out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Jalen Green. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Thompson in at the shooting guard position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
MP, no good.
And imagine how good they'll look if he can start to chip in a bit more offensively.
Pass to Claxton. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kev,